In the Endling, Extinction is forever, you assume the role of a fox, desperate to survive in an apocalyptic world. The world is aflame, and you are forced to seek shelter. You evade beasts, forest fires, falling trees, crumbling cliffs, and find safety. A wreckage next to a worn-down factory. Inside this damp slice of haven, you are privy to a miracle. Our fox is to become a mother. And hey, you can even customize these cute bastards. Begemoth, Brunhilde, Hildegard, and Serendipity. The last fox cubs to walk this earth. You need food for the little ones. The night is short, our pups are gluttons, food is scarce, and dangers aplenty. As the cubs grow older, they need more food. This forces you to venture deeper into the world and expand your perimeter of scavenge. You must teach your cubs to fend over the world, to climb, dive, dig. These skills are also a much-needed blessing on your quest for food. It's a neat, functional game loop. Not all that fun or engaging, but it gets the job done. How fun should it be to take care of children in a post-apocalyptic world? Couple of nights on the prowl goes by, and then tragedy finds you. You chase after the culprit, only to lose their trail. You're forced to abandon your cub. The keen gaze of famine never rests. The cubnapping of your beloved Begemoth is the primus motto of the story. Every couple of nights you manage to find his scent. These trails can be lost if not followed upon. Pray you find food from where the road takes you. The game forces you to balance between exploration and the safety of your cubs. Often you have to abandon a promising trail when one of the little ones can't go on. It's on these treacherous nights the Endling reveals its true nature to us. This game is after your heart. All this takes its toll on you. The desperation, the dwindling resources, the loss of your child, all the things out to devour you. It's all a bit much. One of your cubs is about to starve once again. The flash of the red marker gets on your nerves, a stark reminder of a looming doom, a game over that sets back your progress. You search for food, frantic, desperate, at loss. There is no more food. Everything is gone. Failure creeps closer, and then it happens. Brunhilde can't carry on anymore. She falls down on the ground and doesn't get up ever again. But the game doesn't stop. There's no game over, no retry, no fail state. The game just goes on. Hildegard and Serendipity let out a couple of miserable howls. The mother whines. A violin plays a small, somber piece to mark the occasion. The elegy of Brunhild the fox cub. Fitting. It's barely a couple of notes long. And that's that. Your child has just died, and you'll just have to deal with that. Leave this place with your rightfully claimed feelings of inadequacy, your failure to save your own child. This game is after your heart. You find a new lair far north of your old wreckage. Come duskfall, you move the cubs there. The new lair is safer, closer to better resources, and far away from the one road. You make a mistake a couple of nights later. You take a wrong turn and end up back to that one road. Her body is still there, intact, lifeless. You visit the western parts of the map no longer. You squander time and resources, go to great lengths to walk around her resting grounds. You convince yourself you'll be fine with the resources available in the north. You'll just have to carry on with what you're left with. But against all odds, this sudden loss doesn't thrust you into a constant, inescapable panic, afraid of every sound, shadow, and motion. No, the loss of your cub snaps something inside you. You attain more attention to your surroundings, the little things, the not so little, the lush forests, the decrepit factories, the mist-filtered rays of light between the trees brought out by the dawn, the white noise-like lull of the rain that taps the roof of the wreck you call home, the shuffle of fur as your two cubs turn from side to side, the little wheezes they let out in their sleep. You can feel, almost hear, something within you, a gentle whisper-like crackle of scar tissue as it spreads over a gaping wound. You realize you're happy, grateful even of what happened, glad of the horror. You're thankful of this new perspective, bought with such an unimaginable price. This world, once so cruel and unjust, reveals itself as something more altogether. Sad, somber, lamentatious, if that's a real word. The magentas, the deep purples, hues of light combine with low poly textures and create this gentle, nigh-on serene atmosphere. The garbage piles, factories and refugee camps melt together with the forests and the riverbanks. The jagged edges between industrial and nature seem to blur. The lines between men and beasts. There is a struggle, a conflict without a doubt, but you don't feel a part of it anymore. Not because you don't care. The grief endured doesn't blind you from what's in front of you. No. You see things different now. Not better, not clearer, different. You still see the malice, the greed, the evil. That's there, of course. Always has and always will be. That familiar, boring divide of the good and evil that runs through the heart of each and every one. There's darkness in this world. But should you feel resentful of it? Cry towards the heavens, curse the rain. You can't but wonder, maybe you should have known better. Was it you who just forgot to bring an umbrella? We might not share many beliefs these days, but for the last 10,000 years, mankind has unanimously shared, deep within us all, something really fucked up lays. Death's greatest gift to mankind is clarity. Clarity to discard the mote in search of the beam. So now you try to look beyond the things you've cursed your whole life. Greed, malice, evil. Behind them lays despair, fear, and weakness. Beasts who snarl their teeth like wounded dogs. Pitiful creatures who shiver, huddle next to anything warm, safe. Whom grasp for something, anything in the darkness. Whom listen to any straw man or drink from any well, no matter how poisoned. Anything to shield themselves, if even just for a passing moment, against the monstrous mother who could devour everything they hold dear in a blink of an eye. You're quite shocked of your sudden urge to care for these miserable creatures, these beasts you spent your life in despise of. It's effortless to view Mother Nature as the Princess Aurora of this story, the desecrated damsel in distress, locked in a tower in wait for her champion. Step outside your privilege bubble and another reality presents itself. She is also Maleficent, the ancient dragon of arcane forces beyond your comprehension. With swords and boils, fire and brimstone, saltpeter and locusts, she rains down on you like the god of the Old Testament. Mother Nature might not act out of malice, but fail to respect her, and she will tear your fucking head off and light your family on fire. These forces that devour this world are not evil, but weak. These men are not malicious, but desperate. You are something to ignore at the best of times, a beautiful thing to be left in peace. But most likely, you are a resource, something to eat or barter. It's nothing more than an ugly happenstance. The circumstances demand to put a bullet to your skull. But at worst, you're a pest, an appendage of the cruel mother who already burned their world to the ground. Mother Nature has already taken everything from them, starved their daughters, filled the veins of their wives with poisonous ooze, their lungs with dust and ash. And now you show up, scavenge the food of their mouths. You all need to survive. You all have mouths to feed. When all is lost, kindness is the first currency to lose its value. A superficial glance over the last century will teach you mankind didn't evolve away from beasthood. We evolved our toolset, the structures that bulwark us from the unknown. Our laws and societies keep at check the darkness intrinsic to our being. Our better halves have emerged, even triumphed in the warmth and safety of the modern age. Safety and resources are the scaffolding that keeps our darkness at bay. Safety begets compassion. Safety begets empathy. But these virtues hang by a thread. Remove the underlying support, and the whole thing comes crashing down. In creeps the fear, the despair. Strip away the safety net of society, and you'll find just how loyal to your fellow man is the hungry wolf within you. It's not easy to plant trees when the world burns, choose kindness when beasts bare their teeth upon you. There is so much darkness within us all, and perhaps there is no other antidote against it. The willingness to act as if there might be something more to us, that under the right circumstances, we could be more than just a proverbial cancer on this planet, a pest in need of eradication. Underneath all this horror, there's also kindness. Not a lot, but some is a hell of a lot more than none. Maybe there is something more to us. The Endling isn't a story about us. It's about the scavenger and his doomed struggle to care for his sick, frail daughter. He too is just a desperate parent in this lost Elysium. Behemoth was a gift, a desperate measure of a desperate father to lift up the spirits of his sickly child. A small girl with a kind but broken heart. We learn the depths of the father's desperation, how far he goes to save his daughter. When the girl takes a turn for the worse, the father barters away everything for medication. His rifle, his gear, all the treasures he scavenged, everything but the little fox cub. The trail takes us to their broken wagons. Not far from here, we find them. One child is lost, another is regained. We offer the broken man a moment of solace before we go our separate ways. It's not a lot, but it's a hell of a lot more than none. Come the next morning, we are awoken by rumble and greeted by flood. The scavenger's old chariot will help us stay afloat, The cubs will be fine, but the mother. After this rather mean-spirited fake-out, you are forced to find new shelter. Come, Begamoth. Come on, Hildegard. Serendipity. We've got to find you a new home now. Oh no, not the baby badger. And this is where your journey ends. You can't carry on. The cubs huddle next to their mother for one last time. The credits roll. Then Begamoth, Hildegard and Serendipity leave the now cold embrace of their mother. Alone, they venture into the world that took their mother. And that's Endling. Extinction is forever for you. Hope you had fun. Thank you for watching and have a good one. Spend your limited days wisely.